Look at him go. Look at him go. Hey, what's up guys? Dizzy Nuts here. How you guys doing? So you can see today we're here at Hollywood Studios. There's the Skyliner here at Hollywood Studios. And I'm gonna go take some photos here of the decorations and stuff like that. And just like we did with the Epcot video, I'm gonna bring you along, show you the settings, what we're doing, all the goodies and all the fun stuff, so you know what I'm doing and how I get the shots that I'm gonna share here with you. So without further ado, let's head inside Hollywood Studios. Love the projections here on the Tower of Terror. It's Hollywood Studios. I love what is the main street here. There's a lot of lights, a lot of good photo ops to take, but many of them will have to sadly be done at the end of the night when there's nobody in them. But you can still get some good shots shooting upwards, you know? So anyway, we're gonna head inside to the park, because as you guys know, we like to work from the back to the front because we go the farthest possible, and then we work our way to the front to be able to get all those cool shots. And you can see it's pretty crowded here today. Now we're going to go ahead and start with Sunset Season Greetings, which obviously is on Sunset Boulevard, which is the one here on has the Tower of Terror, and this one we're going to go ahead and set up to show you guys how we take some shots here. As for location, to be honest, this spot right here where I'm at, which has the bar right here, and it's actually the turn. I'm going to show you right here where the turn is. It's like a perfect direct line of sight to the Tower of Terror and all these other goodies. So we're going to go ahead and put the tripod here and set it up. Okay, so go ahead and set up my camera with the 1.8 85 millimeter, and I'm going to go and show you what I'm getting here on the exposure wise. The ISO is coming up to 2500 more or less, and we're going to be shooting at 150th, f1.8, the widest possible, to see what we get handheld, and then we'll go ahead and give it a shot with the tripod to see what we get. Now, what's cool of this street and this angle is there's lasers that are coming up from right from the bottom here of Tower of Terror, so they're going to come actually this way, so we're going to be able to get like a really good fan effect. And if the snow is falling, then it even gives a really cooler effect because you get the snow falling on the laser, and it looks really cool. And this is probably one of my favorite angles because, like I said, you're head on to what is the Tower of Terror here. Now, a question that I get asked a lot each time I post one of these photos, if the Tower of Terror is still operating normally, and yes, it is. So you'll see every once in a while these doors open and people drop. And if you're close enough, you can hear the screams, which is pretty interesting, seeing that the Tower of Terror is decorated for the holidays. So when they do stuff like this, you know, I'm standing here and they see me with the tripod and they put the balloon like right in front. I'm just gonna go and stand on the other side, set up my tripod, and be done with it. Here's our updated location. So for the animations, I've had to adjust here at the last moment, and I'm actually shooting at 1/20th of a second. And I'm holding it as much as I can still, because the thing is that the lasers, as you can see, they're moving really fast. So if I shoot it at 1/100, 180, it's just going to show little spots like that. So we're going to shoot this at 1/20th, and hopefully it looks good. Okay, the next quick change that I've had to do here is actually switch it to manual focus, because once the lasers and all that other fun stuff pops up, it starts trying to focus like crazy. So I'm going to put manual focus and focus into what is the Tower of Terror and the back. Okay, so here are the final settings, and I think I got it locked down. The fastest or slowest I can go here is actually 1/50th of a second. So we get the whole array of lasers. Anything over that will automatically just chop them, because it looks like they're synchronized a little bit faster than that. And anything slower, you're risking that you may get blur on the shots. So I think 1/50th is the magic number, at least for me, what it works here. And I'm shooting at 1.8, and you see that exposure compensation. I put -1 because it was a little too bright for my case, and that way it doesn't over try to compensate and bring the ISO up. So ISO's at 1600. So that's the magic number for me to hear that works. Next area we're going to take photos of is this one, which I think is awesome. We're going to start with the same lens that we had on, which was the 85. And we're going to zoom into these three little fellows, and we're going to shoot at f5.6, which is usually a good f-stop that I like to shoot. But I'm actually going to bring it actually down because I want the lights in the front to be out of focus. So I'm going to bring it up as wide as possible. You can see here on the bottom how these lights are out of focus on the bottom. So we're going to adjust to that, and then obviously ISO 100, and we're going to do 3 shots and bracket them into the computer. Let's go ahead and take them. The next thing we're going to do, we're going to take the same shot that we have here, but we're actually going to put f16. And the reason for that is that we want this whole bottom light stuff to pop. And you'll see what I mean, because once you put these lights at f16 or higher, it gives a really cool effect. So let's go ahead and do it. So I've gone ahead and swapped the lens for the 16 millimeter ultra wide angle. That way we get a really cool wide shot of these 3 gals here. And eventually, remember, putting it f16 so I can get the sparkle here on the bottom part. Okay, so now we just wait for the photos. Here, how they look. Okay, now just like the Epcot ones here, I'm actually going low. And I want to get that really cool effect going up to the 3 girls here. And here you can see I'm actually shooting between the railing. Now one thing that I do just in case is once I got this camera set up, I use the light on the phone, and I light up around the area to see if it's coming out in the frame, because sometimes, let's be honest, it's dark and you can't see really what's going on. So using the flashlight of the camera, I'll see if any of this stuff pops up here. Like I said before, we're going to be leaving the main street for the end, basically, hopefully when there's less people here. So we're going to continue taking shots around the other areas here. And yeah, photos are looking great. That f16 popping out those lights is looking really good. So I'm really happy with that. So let's continue taking some shots. Okay, so here's our next shot, which is basically in an angle here. As you can see, I got my camera set up this way, but I want to be able to put the tree here in the shot. And just like as you can see on this camera phone, I want to put the tree on the rule of 4/3 where the intersecting point is, so it comes out. So I'm hoping, because I want to see how the result comes out, which the tree comes out as well as the sign. Now I'm shooting this again also on f16 to be able to get that pop in lights here. And again, it is 3 exposures that we'll be combining later. Let's see how they look. Now I do see another tree on the other side, so we're going to try shooting it from that angle, see how it looks. Because I'm not too happy how this one came out, to be honest with you. Let me show you the shots. So again, but this is all, trial and error. See what we get. Let's go ahead to the other side. Okay, the next shot we're taking is actually a really interesting one, which is actually using the 70 to 300 millimeter, which I had for my older camera with the adapter, obviously, for the Canon R. And this is a shot that we're trying to take. And basically, when you zoom in to something like this and you try to shoot it from a distance, what happens is that it has a really cool compression mode where it feels like everything is gumbled up together. Obviously, that main street, it is not, but you get a really cool effect on the shot. So that's what we're going to try here. I am at f8 and obviously ISO 100, and whatever the exposure tells me what it should be is what I'm putting. And I see here on the camera it's saying that it's actually 2 seconds. So we're going to take a couple shots and see if we can get some really cool results here. Now I'm shooting at f8 because even though it's compressed, there's still a lot in the frame that I'm trying to squeeze in. So I'll take an f8 and 5.6 and just for fun, just to see what we get. Okay, the next one up is Echo Lake. As you can see here, we're going to be shooting the tree head on. I did swap my lens in this case for 35, just a regular lens, prime lens, 1.8, but I usually, like you guys know, I shoot this at 5.8. And I am at an angle that I got plenty of the reflection on the bottom. We're shooting actually pretty high here over the fence, but then we'll do the next one on the bottom so we can get the complete reflection as you can see here, because right now we're not getting that complete reflection. So after we take this shot, we're going to lower the tripod and shoot from the bottom. That way we'll get that whole reflection in there. But anyway, let's go ahead and take a shot of this, which still looks pretty cool. Okay, so here's the camera on the lowest option. As you can see here, I'm shooting across through the fence, and I did have to move a little bit this way because this ornament was blocking the reflection here. So we're going to put the camera sideways here, and there is the shot. I'm going to take 3 shots at f5.6, and there we go. And then we'll take another one at f16. Now while we're here, taking shots like low, take advantage of the other lenses. So for example, we're going to switch this out to the ultra wide angle of 16, just to take the shots here, take advantage that we're here. So here's the shot we're setting up. I'm shooting with my 85mm, and you can see here it's got the tree in the back, and it looks okay, to be honest with you. I'm actually going to put on the 70 to 300, and then we're going to probably move all the way to the back over here and try it again, so we can do that really cool compression technique where the poodles look like they're really close to the tree, even though they look already close to the tree. With that zoom lens over there, let's see what we get. Again, we're just trying stuff here to see what we get. Okay, here's with that lens on, and I got it probably like at 150, 160 more or less. And here's how it looks. We're going to take those shots anyway, and then we're going to move even back further so we can zoom into the whole full 300 and see what we get. Okay, just for kicks, we're a full 300 here in the lens, and I put it sideways, and I just had to angle a little bit so to make sure that the nose had some nice bokeh on it over there, and we got all the Christmas tree in the back, and I love this shot. I really do. I just zoom out a little bit since we got to do the Instagram crop, and if I don't, when we change it to 5.4 to put on Instagram, it's going to cut a lot of stuff which we don't want. So let's go ahead and take one a little farther back just in case. Okay, so the next thing we're going to be shooting is actually these guys, and these guys are some pesky little suckers because they're so bright that when you try to expose to it, it looks good and everything else looks dark, and vice versa if you expose for this, So we're actually going to take a couple shots, bracket shots, just like we've been doing with the other ones, and we're going to make sure we take one really underexposed to get the really good details of this, and then so we'll take probably like 6 shots, and then do a combination of those to get our final result. Okay, the next shot is actually going to be from the exit of Frozen Sing-Along right here. And the cool thing of this shot is that you can see here you got the tree and you got the Tower Terror in an angle, a really cool angle. So we're going to go ahead and set up the tripod. Now for this, we're going to have to be using like a telephoto lens. So I'm going to be putting on my 70 to 300, and then we'll take a couple shots so you can see what I mean. We're going to again focus on the Tower Terror, but we're going to put in a piece of the tree so it looks really cool on the left hand side. Let's go ahead and set it up. Okay, now for this one, a couple of things we can do here. We're going to shoot the first one at f16 just to get that good sparkle on the tree for the shot, and here's how it looks. But then we're going to bring it down because we want to be able to get some really cool projections on the Tower Terror, and obviously we can't do like a really long exposure because it'll all come out blurry. It'll be like a mush. But we'll bring it down probably to like 1/100 or 1/50th, like what we were shooting earlier. So now we wait for the projections to show on top of the Tower Terror, so we can get a couple shots here, and then we'll tinker with the speed. But definitely we'll leave it at the widest f-stop possible. In this case, this lens, actually, the more I zoom in, the tighter the f-stop gets. The number goes higher, so which is fine. No big deal. Here's how the shot looks at f16. You can see we got that sparkle on the tree. So now we wait a couple of minutes here for the Tower Terror to get the projections, and we'll take our shot at 150, 160th to see what we can get. Okay, here we go. The projections are starting here on the Tower Terror. Now what I've seen is that they usually do the beacon first, the beacon of the 50th, and then they play all four of them, one right after the other. So it's not continuously as I thought it would, which is fine. So if you're there waiting, you know, expect that you'll wait a little bit before it actually kicks up. But they're doing them all like one right after the other, the beacon and then the four skits, and then that's it. Now it looks like I've been able to get away with like 1/80th of a second, which is, I think it's pretty good, because we'll get a nice good sharp image as well as you know, acceptable ISO on the photos. But yeah, I'll try at different speeds just in case. The last one is the one that has the Mickey on it, so just in case, it's number 4. Wait for it. Okay guys, so that's it here from Hollywood Studios. I didn't want to make this video too long. Again, thanks for tagging along with me, in this case for Hollywood Studios during the holiday seasons. And happy holidays and Merry Christmas to you and to your family from me and Gilda. Until then guys, stay awesome. See ya. Bye.